welcome to Zirkzank Says. I understand that the previous episode probably got a little bit depressing. It's depressing if it's a topic that you've never thought about before, the end of the universe and humanity being pointless. It's depressing if you've never thought about it before, and then it's depressing for a while when you come to realise, I never thought about that, it's pointless, maybe he's right. You go through a stage of denial, then you go through a stage of acceptance, then you go through a stage of worrying. No, it's denial, worrying, acceptance, and then you just laugh about it. You know, once you get to a point where you accept that it's pointless, you're like, well, that's hilarious. Nothing I do has any consequence whatsoever. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. So that makes it wonderful. It's a really exciting experience. And also, here's another thing that's worth considering. When I made that video saying that life is pointless because it'll eventually die, I didn't really give any timescales because I honestly couldn't remember the timescales. But you've got to consider this for a timescale. If we launched the nuclear weapons that we have on Earth at the moment, the nuclear weapons, then basically our time span of like how much time we have left as a species could be literally minutes. We could all be dead, the entire planet destroyed in minutes. So that's one time scale. Then you've got the other one, which is like an asteroid hitting Earth, destroying us all. Well, I think that because we have detection in place, we can detect that sort of thing isn't going to happen anytime soon. So we've got years. Then you've got threats like pollution, sea levels rising, although I'm pretty sure we would be able to survive past that. You've got the death of this planet, potentially. Like I said, in any other way. We don't have a time frame on that, but if we get to Mars, we've got people on the International Space Station. That doesn't necessarily wipe out humanity, so there's a hope there. Then you've got the timescale of when the sun dies out. Like, this is the sort of stuff that I just keep in my mind as like the core information, but I don't memorize the specific numbers. So like, I don't know how long our sun's got left, and I can never be bothered to remember how long that is. But the sun, our star, dying out does eventually cause problems for us. But that's not for a much longer time away. It's millions of years, or billions. I can't remember. But then you've got this thing with red dwarf stars, where you can actually build a planet or move a planet in place to orbit a red dwarf and then live there for trillions of years. So the human species impact on our galaxy and our duration that we can last for within this galaxy gets to be trillions of years. So when I say eventually we'll die out, it's like, that's not for trillions and trillions of years. If we don't nuke ourselves, that's not for trillions of years. So that's why I say it probably is definitely worth continuing, because the discoveries that we can make in trillions of years. Look at the discoveries we've made in the past 50 years, or the discoveries that we went from in the past 500 years, from having no science to having microprocessors, nanotechnology, bioengineering, and going to space. that sort of shit. We've come quite far from having nothing to having everything in 500 years. Maybe more, maybe less. Like I say, I'm not keeping track of the numbers. I'm keeping track of the events themselves. The point is, we've come a long way in a short period of time, and it just gets more exponential. Exponential. Here's an exponential graph. I'm doing it the right way this time. Exponential. So, by trillions of years, if we continue at this rate for trillions of years, or even if we slow down, and keep going at like this, the rate starts off high, goes down. It's like a bell curve. Even if it's like a bell curve, over trillions of years, even over thousands of years, over millions of years, over billions of years, over trillions of years, I think that we'll have a thorough understanding eventually that allows us to just do whatever the fuck we want. You know, the ranking of type 0 civilization, type 1 civilization, type 2, and so on. You know, the diabetes of civilizations. You know, it's a lot to think about and consider, and it does put an optimistic twist onto the whole life is pointless because we're all doomed sort of situation. The common argument I got a lot with that was, you know, why bother watching a movie if you know the movie's gonna end? You know, the movie's got an end, so why even watch it in the first place? And then you say, well, the answer's obvious. I want to see what happens. And it's the same thing with life. You continue on, because it's just so exciting. Even when you're miserable, I hope that you can still appreciate there are some exciting things, and that there's always potential for it to get exciting. You think, maybe tomorrow it'll be better. Why would it ever be better, you think, but it could still be better. You could always go from shit to good. It can get from shit to worse, but at some point it might get better, and that's what you cling on to. That optimistic feeling that over the next 10 years, the next 100 years, we can't even predict what is going to happen then, because of all the breakthroughs that can happen in that period. The breakthroughs, they fucking rocket past this exponential thing. Got the exponential curve of progress. Well, that gets even faster with breakthroughs. So yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting. You know, I definitely don't think that we should kill ourselves. I was saying that logically we should, if you accept that there is an ultimate fate, eventually everything goes, then technically you should kill yourself, but that doesn't really become relevant for trillions of years. So there's no point doing it now, really. You know, there's no point in anything but the fun of it. Just doing it because we can. I think that point didn't really get across in my previous video, because I seem to downplay it quite a lot, but what we've achieved and what we will achieve is fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong, I think that a lot of things that we've done is bad, you know, like nuclear war and genocide. Those kind of things, probably not some of our best achievements, but the good stuff that we've done. I know there is no such thing as good and evil, but killing people is pretty fucking evil. Even if you say that, like, there's no right and wrong, it goes against human nature to kill people. I think it goes against human nature to kill innocent people, but if you kill somebody who would go and kill innocent people, you saved the innocent people, but you've still killed somebody. So what position does that put you in? You've taken somebody, say this person, there's person A, like, let's just think of a name, Adolf. Let's call him Adolf. he is gonna kill a bunch of scientists and people who are gonna excel the human race. And then this guy called Adolf, he's gonna kill these people. But he's gonna kill 10 people. Or he's gonna kill 2 people. Let's say he's gonna kill one productive person. Adolf is gonna kill one productive person who could get a scientific breakthrough and advance human civilization. Does it then become useful for humanity to kill Adolf before he kills the scientist? I think it becomes useful, probably. But then you have to say, well, whose life is worth more? Is Adolf's life worth more than the scientist? The scientist was going to help all of humanity, whereas Adolf was just killing somebody to aid his own addiction to the adrenaline rush that he gets from killing somebody. So, what's more valuable to humanity? Adolf's satisfaction, or the scientist guy's contribution to society? That's one of these moral questions where if you just take all the morality out of it, logically, you kill Adolf. Logically, you just kill Adolf. But then you put the emotion and the morality into it, and it just gets all complicated. I know this is what laws are about. Laws and the legal system is all based on. It can't be so clean cut and logical like that, because you've got you need all the evidence, you need the psychoanalysis, and it just gets complicated. But life is not worth stopping just because it's pointless. That's the gist, that's the swing I'm putting on it. Just because it might be pointless doesn't mean we should stop, because we never know what the fuck could happen. It's exciting. And I do like the idea of getting to a civilization where, we get to fly around in spaceships, starships, spacecraft, whatever terminology you want to use. I like Elite Dangerous. That's a game I played a lot of. Although, as far as the game goes, I'll do an analysis on Elite Dangerous, what I think it could be improved about it, why I think it can get pretty boring, but why I think that's a good thing. It's like a space simulation, and it makes being in space seem like a mundane task, a mundane thing, just everyday life, flying from star to star at like warp speed, through hyperspace, delivering goods, and getting into dogfights with pulse rifles, pulse lasers, and I think that's exciting. But I don't think we'll actually get to that stage. It's my pessimism. Got the optimism and the pessimism. There are definitely lots of people like Adolf out there. From my example earlier, I'm not talking about Hitler, Adolf Hitler, historical madman of the Deutschland. That guy, he's Austrian, so it's not even a Germany thing. There are a lot of people like that who would probably just think that their view is perhaps superior to everyone else's view, and there could be a point where human race just gets nuked. So, assuming we don't kill ourselves, then we've got trillions of years to evolve and keep creating technology that hopefully doesn't kill us. And who knows what can happen. It's exciting. I love thinking about it. It's great. Do I have anything more to say on that? I don't think I do.